Alrighty, welcome everyone. I'm Teeaboo, and I want 100 girlfriends, and I want my girlfriends to be girlfriends, and I want to be their boyfriend, and I want to take them on cute little girlfriend dates where we can all be girlfriends, and I want my girlfriends to love each other, and I want my girlfriends to kiss and to kiss me, and I want to kiss all my girlfriends together. Yeah? Something like that. I'm totally blind on this show. I want to watch something for Tiki Tuesday, and I asked about that a number of weeks ago. And after reading through all of the people who had posted all sorts of comments and all sorts of thoughts on what kinds of shows they thought might fit there, I could not help but be drawn to the show titled 100 Girlfriends Who Really, 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 Really Want to Be Your Girlfriend or something. It's something like that. I'm going in blind as a bat. Usually I like to go on my anime list and look at the studio and look at the people involved and try to figure out what's going on with this show. Not going to do that. I want to go in blind as a fucking bat and maybe get whomped by silliness and have a good time. This is meant for Teehee Tuesday. I don't know if it's going to be more teehee-y or more hilarity-y or more romance-y, but I'm kind of down for all parts of it. I am now in a relationship, and that's new territory for me. It's pretty interesting, and I'm interested in watching a show that's about that in a silly and weird and fun way, and seeing what fun we can have from it. Also, the outside world feels really really miserable in a lot of ways, so something a little bit fun might be the little sprinkle of spice that's necessary to stay okay. Yeah. So I hope you're okay, and I hope that if you're not okay, which is a state of being that I'm very familiar with and have deep empathy for and want to get out of, and also to help you get out of if possible, then let's watch a fun thing and enjoy it, and remember that there's more to life than being scared and dreary and overwhelmed by incoming news media and stuff like that. Yeah, let's remember that there are cute girlfriends who want to be your girlfriend, and I want to be their boyfriend. And I want to take them on cute little girlfriend dates so they can be their girlfriends and be girlfriends. Okay. Okay. Questions going in. Who's the guy? Because I got no idea who our main character is. Will he be a Yuji every lead? Will he be maniacally evil and trying to what's the deal with this girlfriend's thing? Is he trying to create a cool polycule or just get a bunch of people to fall in love with him? Or is this like a challenge? Because there are other things. There was like a girl who wanted to become friends with like 100 people. So is this like a play on that and a little spin-off on that? He needs to acquire 100 girlfriends in order to become the demon lord or become the great hero who defeats the demon lord. I don't know. Is this a totally real reality or is this a weird reality? I don't know. Are these girlfriends going to know that each other are their girlfriends? I hope so. I feel like it would be weird otherwise. Um, the first frame is pink and blue. So I'm just going to go out on a limb and say that color and color representation is going to be really important in this show, because if you've got 100 characters, and is this going to be like a spin into a gotcha game? Could we do a girlfriend's gotcha game? Can we have our girlfriends fight things or love stuff to death? I'm down. I'm kind of down in a weird, strange way for that. That would be very fun to me. I don't know. I'm gonna watch this girlfriend show. Maybe it'll be the best thing that I've ever watched. Maybe it'll be dumb fun, and I'll just enjoy it for what it is. Either way, thanks for joining me for Teehee Tuesday. We're back. We're gonna do this thing with 100 girlfriends, and I'm gonna watch it, and I'm gonna take notes if I feel like I need to take notes. I should probably have a pen ready for doing that. Clicky clack. And I think that's the whole spiel here. I'm gonna pass on doing a drawing for right now. I might bring drawings back in the near future, but right now I want to strip the videos down and make them more concise and make them more talking about the anime. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go in and we're gonna watch 100 Girlfriends Who Want to Be Your Girlfriend. If this is your first time on the channel, which it might be, or it might be your first time in a long time, there will be two versions of this and every other reaction video. The one you're currently watching on YouTube is the timer-based version. It'll have a little strip of the stuff with the subtitles down over here, and it'll have a timer over here, over there in the corner. And that's meant for you to sync up with your own copy, so that because I can't post the whole episode on YouTube. That's insane. In the description, there is a picture-in-picture version, though, where you can watch it along with the thing. I just put it there so that the YouTube auto-moderation doesn't go and grab it. I am of the firm belief that my content is fair use. That is, that I am modifying the experience of viewing this thing by adding my own commentary and criticism. And that's the way that I've been running this channel for 6 years, and it's been going okay. So we're gonna keep doing that for right now. If you would like uh, early access to the next episode of this content, it will be up on the Patreon, linked in the description, at about the same time that this episode goes up on the YouTube. So they go up on the YouTube, and then the next one goes up on the Patreon, and then that one goes up on the YouTube the next week, and then that one goes up on the Patreon. So you're always like a week ahead if you're on the Patreon, and you can get access to the Discord where the people who care a lot about this are chilling and talking about stuff, and also where I primarily do communication with the public. I don't really make updates on YouTube except in the form of the videos, and I don't really do posted updates on Patreon either, except in the form of like polls and videos. If you want communication from me, I communicate pretty continuously on the Discord. I'm actively in there, and maybe not as actively as I want to be. I want to change that soon, but I'm actively in there, and you can communicate. It's $1 for early access and all the perks and stuff. You can give me more money if you want to. Thank you so much if you want to do that. But my goal is to make it extremely accessible so that if you feel like I'm creating some value for you, you can throw a little bit of value back toward me, and we can do like a little exchange of value thing, and that's pretty cool to me. Um, Part of the reason for that is that there are no ads on this content or any of the other content that I make. If you ever see ads on my content, that's because a copyright holder has claimed the video and then put ads on it. I never make any money off of YouTube. I never have. YouTube has never sent me $1. Um, oh wait, no, I got a super gift one time when I was streaming, so I can't genuinely say that YouTube has never sent me $1. Although I actually know I never met the threshold to pay it out, so I've got like $50 sitting in a YouTube account somewhere that I can never pay out. Cool. Um, we're gonna watch 5,000 girlfriends who want to be 10 million girlfriends, and then want to have girlfriend babies, and all the girlfriends will be one polycule, weird polygamous family of Mormon girlfriends, and they'll all kiss. Shit, where have we gone with this? I shouldn't let myself blather. Thanks so much for joining me for the 1,000 million girlfriends. I also want a million girl. I also want a million girlfriends. I don't know anybody who doesn't. Let's say 4 billion girlfriends. That seems like the reasonable number. And I'm king of the world, and this is now like a weird isekai eroge sort of thing, isn't it? Okay, we're just gonna watch the show. I got it up and ready to go. There'll be 2 versions: picture in picture in the description, timer on YouTube, BB timer to count you down. Let's go. Oh, okay. Seishun, spring, graduation. Gave away buttons? I don't know what that means. Oh, we confessing. Is this main boy? Oh, oh sick. My guy. Ski, 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 ski. What? Wait. What? Well, that's the opposite of what you'd expect from the beginning of the. Okay, this is our main character? You. Yeah. Oh. Ah. Honestly, good shit, bro. You. I mean, what are you gonna do? Hmm. Honestly, down. Brutal. This is brutal. Cute. Yeah. Yeah, what's the issue here? Yeah. Why are you so incel? Fucking UGA is very funny. Nani? No. What the fuck? He's phasing through it. Okay, it isn't real. There's insanity happening. Holy shit. Yes. He said chicks though, right? Unme wa. Why are we? Yeah, why did we suddenly Tokyo Ghoul? This is beautiful. Ah, Saiko no, the perfect one. Does it go bagam or babam? I feel like that's not correct. Oh. Oh. Oh my god, the meta break is amazing. I wonder if that's in the manga. What does it say in the manga? Oof. Damn, so you were chosen by God to be an incel? Like literally chosen by God to be an incel? Oh, I comprehend reality now. Yes. Oh, here we go. Oh, and we see two. Okay, it is cut. That's amazing. Ohana no Mitsu. So flowers of something? Bet you didn't know that one. Yeah, I know. Ohana no Mitsu? Mitsu water? Mizu? No. Ichirin no Hana? Something of blooming the... Oh, hello! We have acquired two girlfriends. Bakam! I recognize one of those voices at least. I think you're an idiot, bro. The magic force of becoming soulmates. They're really cute. Oh, she's got droopy eyes and she's got sparky eyes. They've got really interesting eyes. We gotta look at those. Teh! No, stare more. You are a weirdo. You think that they're your soulmates. Oh, she just realized that it's a battle. Oh shit. Oh no. Here we go. Oh man, he's gonna get whipped the fuck around. Oh, he's so cute. Yep. Getting left in the dust. Come on, Orange. Okay, so we got a tune and a full dare. Okay, the self-blame is bad. Oh, they're fine. I'm overwhelmed by how cute this is. I can't even process it. Oh, do not hover hands, bro. We're gonna be in a pool of this. What misery. What grace. I don't understand. Oh, now I understand. Hey, hey, oh, uh, ba-bum, ba-boom. Just start again. They're fine. They're fine now. And 4 hours after, hey, beautiful. Nice skip. 100 million extra credits. I haven't seen a show that's this straightforward with its gags and goofy for a long time, man. The battle is on. They're your soulmate, I guess, cause God. We got really interesting eye designs. Okay. Aww. Oh, she uses her name. Okay. I wonder if she's an Ojo. That's a bad lie. That's a bad lie. Oh. Oh, he's fully internalized that he's bad and creepy. She's a student. She's a student. It's okay. It's okay, bro. Brutal though. Tune is a bad match for somebody who is insecure or thinks that they're going to be rejected. So this is why we're here. Finally, he understands. And the other? Hello. Oh, Hanazono, because she's flowers, flowers, flowers. He's so cute. Oh, a chance for an indirect kiss. She's conniving. Ha 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 ha. Man, they were like instantly into it. This is so fun because we just got to skip all of the characterization. Like literally all of it and just throw them together. Aw, fuck. You dork. Yeah, so you gotta have at least one sit. One sit. Yes. I need you to take one sip. You must. Yeah. Don't sweat it too much, bro. Do not stop this. Oh, she's got a mole on her butt. He's really 3 sweet. Maybe 4 sweet. Maybe 100 sweet. Uno reverse card. Maybe we get the butt mole again. That's a setup. That's twice. Yes, 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 yes. Fuck yeah. Why did she go get a bunch of cans? Stupid green and orange idiot. Of course not. No, no, no. Yep, here we go. She's gonna be really cute. We're breaking straight through all the fucking Soon barriers within 10 minutes. This is the fastest speed run of all of this that I've ever seen. All right, can we both be his girlfriends? Is that how this is gonna go? How are we gonna do this? Yes. Fuck you. That's very funny. That's very. Yeah. You become. Yeah. You start being the middle of a sandwich, man. And it's gonna keep getting more layers. So you need to negotiate. Are you the only one? Fucking shit. Oh, you fucked this up. You fell asleep. Oh. Hey, it's Lavita. What are you gonna do? You know what? No, 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 no. Come on. I get it. I get it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I get it. I get it. I get it. What is he writing down? Oh, shit. So a bureaucratic oversight has led to you being the most blessed and cursed person. Uh-huh. Oh, so if you don't with any of them, you're gonna die. Heh. It is a soulmate. So your soul is tied up into it. This is insane. It reminds me so much of like the style and tone of Isekai Ojisan. I don't know. What if my girlfriends were girlfriends? No, they'll both die. Oh, oh, whoa. No, no, no. Be straight about this. It's gonna fail immediately. What's he wearing or doing? Mm. Please be straightforward. You're both my soulmates, and God said we have to fuck. Yes. And yeah. Yeah, God said so. Legit. Hey, the world is crazy. So how did his hands get so dirtied? Oh. So he chooses honesty. Yeah. Having done it and been rejected 100 times. This is the most insane application of empathy. One day known. Yes. It's not two timing though. Oh, oh, that's what he was digging for. My guy. Did he make them? Oh, everything plays back around. Except for the mole butt. In the dark? Yeah. Yeah. Accusations in a mirror. Oh, I didn't have. I just wanted to. Yeah, 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 yeah. He's so cute. Huh? No, she's full in. She's the ride or die. I think I found my ride or die. Like, I don't know if another girlfriend is going to be better than this girlfriend. Are we going to have 100 waifus? That's literally the premise of the show. Is we're going to meet 100 of them. Aww. Cannot bear to be outdone. Damn. Honestly inspiring. Absolutely blurst. Absolutely blurst. A pure love harem. Well, we got a disciplinary committee member. We've got a Yamato Nadeshiko. We've got a science babe. Of course he will choose to love every single one. Is that a teacher? That looked like a teacher. That looked like a hot teacher. Hakari. 127. Okay. Karane. God, there's gonna be so many character designs. Okay. Okay. I probably should skip this, so I don't know, but I don't care. Mwehehe pics. Hanazono Hakari. She's got a little plush of him. They're all calling. It's not like I'm happy that you called me or anything. Dooby 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 doop. Oh, she's too short to books. Pee. I must make haste. Okay, so she's gonna speak sillily. She's all math. P. From Aijo Rentaro. I must go. I am called. Negation drug? Uh-oh. Off to the rooftop. All right, where are we all meeting? Aww. Efficiently swipes card. Does not say anything. Okay, this hits a zone that fulfills the like Chunibyo itch, but in a way that I actually maybe like more. It doesn't try to be really attractive, like really shiny, like overly pretty. It's really focused on conveyance, really focused on in like a manga style way on conveying the information to us, conveying the emotional expressions as effectively as possible. And so it strips. It's not like super high fidelity. You look at something like a Kyoto Animation show that deals with these sort of cutesy interactions, and there's like all of this detail put into all of the designs and all of the things that makes the world feel really real and really alive and really like lived in and livable in. And that's not what we're going for here. We're going for cartoonish. We're going for silly and goofy. And I think we nail it. I think the show really nails it. And I think part of that is that the writing is really crisp. The thing that strikes me most effectively about this episode is how fast everything happens. Because within the first 10 minutes of the episode, we have a full, like, authorial fiat for why our relationships are going to be happening, and then a setup, like, struggle to choose between the primary two, the first ones that we meet. And it jumps past every bit of necessary characterization. The only thing that we need to know about our guy is that he likes girls and has tried a bunch and has been rejected a bunch. And that's the whole of his character for real. Where does that trying come from? A place of genuine want to have a relationship, right? He wants a girlfriend. Now, we don't do any evaluation of what that means, like of his internal psychology and like how maybe he needs to figure out like there's no how do nothing is taken at more than face value. Something like that. We're not trying to criticize our character's like desires or anything like that. At face value, he's a young man and he wants a girlfriend. And he's been trying ineptly to some extent for his whole life. And then we bring in this framework that's ridiculous, that's absolutely ridiculous, that this honestly, let's not mince it, he's an incel. He's a good kid. He's not a bad looking guy. He's got all the things, but something about the way he's acting isn't working and he doesn't know what it is. And a lot of people feel that way. A lot of people feel like they're fucking cursed. So there's a huge number of people who are going to relate to this because there's a huge number of people in, and a lot of them are in the anime community, who don't understand why they can't relate to other people the way that they want to, why they don't get back the responses that they expect, who go through the things that they've seen in media or the things that they see other people do, the learned behaviors, and attempt them and find themselves on the other end of disgust and on the other end of being turned down and rejected over and over. And there are little bits woven in here that demonstrate to us just how seriously that has affected this character. This has affected, his name is Aijo? Oh, Joe. Okay. How seriously that has affected this character as he like kind of immediately is able to jump to this idea like there's no way that this would ever work. But we're not here to investigate the psychology of our characters really seriously. That's not what we're doing here. We're here to smash archetypes together as though they're action figures and have fun with that. And it's kind of a cool thing about the anime landscape of female archetype, I guess all archetypes, everything's been played and replayed so many times that there are these really solid types, these solid types of characters. And we all have like relationships to those types of characters, even if we don't have relationships to the specific characters that we're introduced to. So we introduce this like sweet pink haired, large breasted, attractive, and like very immediately begins to act like a childhood friend in some sense, like fits that vibe exactly like the um, Doki Doki Literature Club pink haired girl. Same vibe, right? Very much the same kind of vibe. And we have, I at least do, I have an immediate comprehension of this character because she's shorthand, right? Like she doesn't really exist. She's not yet. She hasn't been presented to me as a character who exists. She's been presented to me as a face of an archetype. And there's a lot that can be done with that because we can move past that. We can reveal that these characters are more than their archetypes. That's a classic situation, and one that is well trod in its own way to reveal that these people are actually people and not just what they wear on the outside. But we might just play with them like they're action figures because we're in such a comic, silly, meta perspective on this show. We're playing with the idea of these romance tropes. We're not actually performing a romance, we're playing with the ideas of romantic tropes. In the way that Kaguya plays with the idea of its romance, and I think there's a really strong I think we can draw a strong line between Kaguya-sama's existence and popularity and this's existence and popularity. Does that make sense to me? Not to say that like one is inspired by the other or that they're like in any way that they're ripping each other off or anything like that, but like they exist in a similar realm where they take a circumstance, relationship, romance, and then they twist it to make it very silly. In Kaguya, it's that nobody wants to admit that they're actually interested in the relationship, and in this, it's that everybody wants to admit that they're actually invested in the relationship, and it's sort of fiated by a god entity, which is which is right? Like that's how it happens in manga and anime. Two characters see each other and they go, oh, bagum, and the sparkles happen, and suddenly they're like the whole story is going to be about them falling in love, and we're all just waiting for that moment to happen. We're like, all right, who's the guy? Who's the girl? Here we go. Um, um, Another genre that I don't have any experience with and didn't even honestly understand the existence of until recently is the whole romantasy genre of like books and stuff. Seraph reads those. Seraph reads all the romantasy books, and I've read some of them over their shoulder, and they're the fucking same. It's like you go through the book, and you're like, okay, here's this girl, and she's got all these traits, and then here's this guy, and he's definitely going to be the guy, and here's this guy, and he's the badder guy, and they're gonna have a thing. It's like, oh. It's playing with it's instead of investing itself in that framework and accepting it, it's playing with it, and it's playing with all the ideas. Somebody who's read and experienced an immense amount of media and who has their own ideas about what's funny about it is taking all the bits and pieces that they've accumulated over their years of experiencing all sorts of media, probably tons of anime and light novels and manga. I assume that this manga author has experienced, and smushing it all together into their own perfect thing, their own kind of perfect girlfriends situation. It's cool. It's cool. It's cute. I like it. I like the character designs. It's really funny because with a couple of slight changes, I would be really off put by the character designs. Our main boy is very much a Yuji every lead, but there's some depth in the construction of the eyes of the male characters that I think is pretty cool. Let's wait until we see his eyes again in a serious moment. There are a lot of moments of him like crying and having closed eyes, and that makes it so that when we do open them up, yeah, so they got highlights up top, highlights down below, and then maybe that's because the sun is setting behind him. So then in other scenes, yeah, so he's flat here. What does that remind me of? His face really reminds me of. I don't think it's A1 Pictures faces, but it's somebody. It's somebody. It doesn't matter. We got those highlights down below in these like graded sunset style. I like the design of his eyes, but they're really nothing compared to these two. They get these little sparkles around theirs, and that's cool. But then it's like pure Tarime Tsurime, but they've changed them to be both extremely rounded. So we've got the upturned eyes on our tsundere, we've got the downturned, droopy, sad, cutie eyes on Pink and Flowers, whose flower related Hana is in her name. I don't know what the naming puns around the other one are, and I expect that she's semi wealthy because she's got the Ojo curls, but it's really unclear. She doesn't like act like it. And what's the word for this? The opposite of cynical. That's the word that I have. That's what like I'm looking for. Power thesaurus. Power thesaurus. I love power thesaurus. Power thesaurus. Cynical. Antonyms: naive, trusting, hopeful, believing, sentimental, sure, innocent, cheerful, starry-eyed, Pollyanna-ish. Okay, I think, um, like believing, sentimental, innocent, cheerful, romantic, even. That's it. That's it. I feel so cynical and jaded, and I feel like so much of the romantic media that I see is so cynical and jaded that this feels innocent. There are bits of cynicism to it too. There's like we get that from the dear friend A character who's kind of cynical about it and brings that like, well, why even keep trying? I don't understand why you keep doing it. You're so silly. You have it's I'm amazed by your nerve. But then on the other side is like, yeah, you're pointing at him and being like, haha, you're the failure knight. All you do is fail. You keep failing at this thing. Here you go. I dub you Sir Flirts a lot. And he's mocking him and making fun of him. And that's the cynicism that I'm thinking about, that I'm talking about, is like, our guy, Ijo, is not an incel, right? He's not black pilled. He's actually naive and optimistic. He's scared and sad and doesn't know what to do to fix his current conundrum because he has a desire that he doesn't know how to fulfill. And he doesn't he also doesn't have like a deep spiritual background and a desire to like divest himself of the desire that he can't fulfill. So that's not going to be a route for him, and it can be for many people, but not for him. But like, I look at this picture of this knight with the heart of the broken shield, and my mind goes, Gurren Lagann, that's right. Like, that's correct. You keep fucking going, man. If you want this, you keep going. Maybe you need to reevaluate how you're approaching because something isn't working. But I still have admiration for the optimism and the sort of innocent naivete that it takes to try again. Like a real admiration for that. Hashtag losing, but like, I don't know. I just want a girlfriend. I want to have fights throwing love bombs. So please land me a girlfriend. And we jump to pure silliness here. We're like perfectly normal world up until this moment, and then God fucking emerges from the offerings of the shrine and explains that you have 100 soulmates, and they will all be your girlfriends. And you'll die. And you'll die if they don't become your girlfriends. The premise is ridiculous. The characters are playing it straight within the ridiculous premise. I love it. I love it. I think it's so silly. I think it's a really clever way of building a humor world. The I think the best humor world that we watched on this channel, from my perspective, is Saiki Kuso no Sainon, where we have a very like normal played straight world and then a very silly, insane character and a couple of insane characters. We've got a reversal here. The world is crazy and the characters are trying to play it straight to their archetypes, right? To their roles. But then we're smashing them together like action figures. So you've got tsundere archetype and you'll have kudere archetype, and we'll smash them together, and she'll be doing math and the tune will be going like, it's not like I wanted you to help me with your homework or something. It's perfect. How are we going to build 100? There's no way, right? There's no way. Or is the idea of that so that the mangaka can generate like an ongoing series that they can do forever? Or are we going to like focus on a select group, the ones that we've already seen and are colored? I don't know. I don't know. Why does he have such silly fucking? Oh, it's the rope. It piled up on his head like it's a poop, and through his. incredible. Why does he call her an ummaid as well? The chick? Oh, yeah, and why the Tokyo Ghoul reference? I don't know. It's just goofy. This shit, this shit is insane and beautiful. So, in let's just discuss this. Let's ask. Let me just ask this straight out. Do you believe in ones? Do you believe there's the one? Do you think that there's some like fated person who you're meant to be with for some reason? Like there are, you know, 8 or so billion humans on this planet and we're a bunch of weird monkeys. And in all likelihood, you're probably going to end up dating or having romantic experiences with somebody, if you ever do, who lives near you and is like really closely aligned with you in most ways because they're a part of the same social circles and stuff as you are. And so you actually meet each other. Dramatically likely that that's the case. It seems that if there's like a random flip of the coin against the 4 billion or so potential partners in the world, the likelihood that they would end up being in your city is like really small. That's like crazy. They would be your high school sweetheart. It's kind of crazy. It seems much more likely that you make somebody the one. Does that make sense? Like, the idea just strikes me as silly. Uh, Beyond that, it implies some kind of framework that determines oneness, right? That there's something external determining how people are matched together and how well they're matched together besides the people themselves. And that is like a force that has chosen things. And so that there is a person out there who's like just magically built to fit you perfectly. No matter who you are or how you've changed over the course of your life, that person exists. So I dispense with those ideas. I'm happy to engage with them in the context of this fucking stupid, silly show because it's amazing. But let's be real. I don't think that this is a framework that's very helpful for most people to think that there's a one out there who they're going to find. It ends up with a lot of people finding people who they're really compatible with and then determining that because something isn't quite right, that that person isn't the one for them and using that as their reason to move on. But I think that leads to a road of dissatisfaction and uh, continuously failing to find any kind of comfort and companionship because people aren't going to match you. You have to put in work to build a relationship with somebody and be the kind of person that wants to have that kind of a relationship with them and understand and come to love who they are in whole. But we're not doing that in this show. We're not interested in that shit. We're interested in getting fucking straight to the point. And I love it. I think it's cool, but I can't help but think about the idea of this ideal romantic partner and the eyes going wide and how many young people feel that way. I remember a time in my life where I kind of felt that way where I was like there's got to be somebody out there who's like the right person and sort of believing in the fairy tales and stuff. And I don't know. I think there's something pretty and cute and naive about that sort of an outlook of like out there somebody is going to be the one and I'm going to feel something when I see them, but what if you don't feel that when you see them? I don't know. I don't know. Ideal bad partner. Love at first sight. Head over heels. And women will know, but men will only realize over time. But he doesn't. He realizes it immediately, which is pretty interesting. I don't understand how that works, but it doesn't really matter, does it? And we've barely got enough time to cover everything that we need in episode 1. If people realize that God had more lines in the manga, they'll probably be freaked out. Suddenly I understand. I did not understand until this point in the episode, and suddenly I understand. We're in pure solitude. We're in goofified, and that's where I say that like this reminds me of Isekai Oji-san because reality can be warped. Things have video game logic. Things have manga anime logic, right? Stuff can jump from panel to panel and be silly, and it knows it's an adaptation of a manga. At least God does. So yeah, yeah, excellent. I got quick to switch gears. Got to get right back on track. We got shit to cover, bud. Truly blessed. However, don't die. A grand total of 100. And we show the 2, and we show 1 in the background. We can kind of see, and we can kind of see a couple of the others, but then they fade out much more quickly into the background. 1 month later. Wait. Okay, we can see. So now that we know that they're there, there's one. There's library. There's maths. I don't know if green is. They probably are all fucking characters. Oh, I see. Tato's up here. And wait, little ribbons on the socks. I don't know if she actually has ribbons on the socks. I'll have to keep an eye out. But up. Smash, bang, boom. She does not have ribbons on the socks. Okay. I really like the accent colors in the eyelashes. I didn't think that I would, but I really like the accent colors in the eyelashes. She's got the green accents and she's got the pink accents, and they create more like of an offset of color from their eye colors, and I think it's really cool. I really like it. These characters are great. We've only been introduced to these two, but their character designs are really distinct. They've got distinct eye shapes, distinct hairstyles, distinct accessories, and not overdone on any front of those, which is really important to me. They look like solid anime characters, not like what you usually get when you have too many characters where you pile up. They don't look like Genshin Impact characters. There you go. And they're hyper expressive. Their eyes are kind of warbly, like they don't keep round circular eyes. They don't try to stay crisp. They sort of ignore pupils pretty frequently. The pupil is just a part of the dark color of the eye, the dark green. There's no blackened section. The highlights move frequently and are given multiple different kinds of shapes, um, which may change as we have different light sources. We've got the upward lighting for now, and they're immediately on their game. And it's cute. And I love it. And it makes me laugh. And it's cute. And I love it. And it makes me laugh. Our main character is so silly. He punches himself because he thinks he's stupid. But it's only in a silly way. He fits this archetype really well, and becomes relatable, but he's also kind of he's kind of a wet towel, or a wet blanket, and wet blanket. What is it? Doormat. Kind of a doormat. Kind of runs over himself, but he's also so deeply sincere and so deeply kind in his manner. Like, all he wants to do is what he says at the end, is try to make them really happy. His goal is only to have girlfriend. And it seems like his reason for a girlfriend is because on some level he thinks that he can be good to a girlfriend. And I think I really relate to that. It's a large, like, chunk of the uh it's a chunk of what I find beautiful about the relationship that I'm currently in, is that I get somebody to be good to. And I get to try to be good to somebody. And they try to be good to me. And, like, it doesn't always work, and it's hard, and there's a lot of struggle in it, and a lot of difficulty in communicating because we're very different people. But it's pretty cool when somebody's trying to be good to you. And in a world where I feel like I agree with the statement, the giver should be grateful, the ability to give of oneself to somebody and try to be good to them is like a kind of a deep need for me. And I think it's a deep need for a lot of people. I know it's a deep need for a lot of men. There's a desire to be useful, to be helpful, to be supportive, to be good to somebody. And it can feel really miserable to not have an outlet for that. Because, like, I genuinely think that most young men would overall like to be helpful and to be good, to create joy and love and stuff and things and better lives and a better life for themselves and good experiences for other people. I think that's a deep, compelling drive that's built into us and worth harnessing and worth not being cynical about, worth taking innocently. In a world that says that relationships are about what you can get from somebody else, our main character here seems to be much more interested in what he can give. And I think I relate to that really strongly. It's a different perspective. It's one that I think can go too far. I know it can, right? Again, the word doormat comes up. I don't think our character is one, but there's a tendency there to like, oh gosh, let me help. Let me help. Let me help with something. Let me do whatever you need. Let me be there for you. And there's something about that that removes oneself and one's own desires from the equation. But I still think it's worth I think that's worth it, right? Like, as long as you're able to speak up for yourself and have boundaries around what you're willing to do and how much of yourself is divested into these other people, then I don't think that there's anything wrong with giving of yourself to others. And I don't think there's anything wrong with wanting something so that you can be good to it. So, like wanting a relationship so that you can have a good relationship, so you can build a good relationship and be good to another person. I think I've seen shame around that and trying to like put it away as though it's wrong. I feel like maybe our boy here is a little bit of an exception because he just keeps trying, but you get rejected enough times or called a creep enough times or get told that the idea of dating you is sickening enough times and internalize that. And it's like, I'm wrong for wanting this. That's what it is. I'm wrong. I'm wrong. There's something wrong with me. I'm never going to have a wholehearted, wholesome relationship. I'm the wrong one for wanting this. I'm bad. Rip. Or you reverse it and you go, they're wrong for not wanting me. I'm great. I've got all the things. I've got the athleticism. I've got the looks. And I've got all these things. They're all wrong for not wanting me. Their fault. Femoids, right? Go full black pill incel and like hate because you can't have the thing that you want. Because at core, probably you want it for the wrong reasons. Probably you're looking for it to fulfill you. Maybe Ijo's looking for it to fulfill him too, but it's like he wants to be the one who fulfills other people, I think. That's how he acts, at least. He wants so desperately to be good. It makes him a really cute character. Maybe too self-sacrificing, maybe all of these things, but he fits. He works for this really well. And I think he's relatable too, because that sense, I relate to it. That sense of wanting to be really good to somebody. It's cute. It's cute, and I want to lean into it. And every time I lean into it for myself, it seems to go really well. It seems to be going really well for your guy here. Oh, when does he stop hoverhanding? Because he's hoverhanding, and then they cling to him. Am I dreaming? And then he gets really happy, and then he get reversey, and then his hands are on their shoulders. I didn't even notice that he stopped hoverhanding them. Good job, bro. All right, and then the love superstition. Ba-bam! I think the comic beats and timing are really solid. And so I'm going to be curious to see who the director is. And I'm really curious to see who the voice actors for these two first girls are. We'll get there in a little bit. The setups and payoffs are fun. The contacts cleaning and then getting back in is fun. And the way that he thinks of ideas to be nice to people, bring them juice, and the impact that that has, I really like. I really like it. I really like it. The characters are so cute. They act all these things out in such a wonderful way. She's so endearing. I think she might be my best because I can't help it. What do I do? I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed with girls who are interested in me. It's like the most attractive thing in the world is to be interested in trying and cute about it. And Hanazono is interested and trying and cute about it, and she's cute and I like it. Sue me. Classic like dot backgrounds. Man, these get really pretty. These get really pretty. We add in all these little accents and accentuate the individual hairs so that she sort of shines. We put the sparkle texture over everything in the hair, and then the whole background is all this flowy fluffy white light stuff. This is really pretty. It's really cute. And with the gradients for that's something that I should note is that I really like the way that they've done, maybe it's just the tool or the brush that they've used, the way that they've done the blushy textures, because they happen a lot. It's not the stripes on them, those are classic, but just the feel of the gradient coloring in the hair and the feel of the gradient of the skin makes the characters feel really like rounded and soft. Um, and pretty and cute. I think even our male character is kind of pretty in some way. He's meant to be pretty young, so that makes sense to me. Fuck. Choose. You must choose. I really like their eye sparkles. I don't know how they're so intense without having a pupil. Maybe it's because the dark line outside and the really bright section on the inside, the highlight takes the place of the pupil. I'm not sure. They feel great though. So we get our final day. He makes his proposition to the both of them and decides not to do the stupid two-timing thing, but to be really serious, really wholehearted, and really straightforward, and to just communicate a desire that's crazy. It's like, nobody said that this could work. I'm going to try it anyway. We'll see if we can make it work. I think that's really cool. I think there's a lot that can be done that way. I think that there are a lot of social interactions that are best served by being extremely wholeheartedly, absurdly, ridiculously, radically honest and straightforward about what you feel and what you want. It's really hard to do. Every time I've actually gotten up the stones to go and do it, it's worked out exceptionally well for me. Whether that's speaking to somebody who has power or authority over me and communicating to them what I want, or asking somebody out, it's worked out, or negotiating something while already in a relationship. Sincerity and straightforwardness and the humility to just honestly say what you want and be willing to be rejected for it is a really powerful thing. And that might be, in some ways, the most powerful thing about our main character here. He gets hurt by rejection just like everybody else. He's not immune to it. He doesn't have some superpower except to get up and try again because he's got the armor around him to believe that he can try, right? Like even if he doesn't learn from the rejection, he just tries again. I think that's maybe the most potent thing. That's something that I really admire and really aspire to. I also admire and aspire to having 100 girlfriends who are all girlfriends. And my girlfriends can be girlfriends, and I'll take them on little girlfriend dates. So who's best girl? Can it be anyone but Hakari? Maybe. I'm not sold yet. The show's really gonna have to try to convince me that there's a better girlfriend than this girlfriend. For now, though, I don't think that there's a better show that I could watch on Teehee Tuesday. This is fucking funny, and I like it, and it makes me happy. So thanks for that. I hope it made you a little bit happy too to talk about this goofy thing and to like think about what it's doing. It's like it's layering in all the meta of these characters. It's going to be throwing them together and smashing them against each other in a situation where they all become a harem, but it's a deeply wholesome harem. I'm really happy about it. It's like it's a reemergence of a bunch of tropes and anime stuff that I haven't felt like has been really in the forefront, at least not for me for a little while, and it feels good to be back in it. It reminds me of some of the dumb shit that I started watching anime with fucking weird ecchi shows and or on High School Host Club where the character is like cross-dressing and there are like 10 boys who are all interested in the main character. There's something to it that fits that harem vibe of like 15 years ago, 20 years ago in a way that feels lost to me. It feels like every harem or romance that I've seen has been in the framework of some isekai or there's been some other thing going on with it. This is just the romance. Just the goofy romance, just the silly billies, and I'm here for it. So thanks for joining me for it. I'll see you next week for more early access on the Patreon. Much love. Peace.